welcome back to probably the coldest place in the world that Rapid Motion Africa has been to in the last while. It's Lichtenburg, and we're going to be catching up with the VWChallengeSA Challenge. Big thanks to VWChallengeSA for all of this action. A slightly diminished field of drivers down at the Lichtenburg circuit, and we were looking forward to some great action. It was Carlos Nobre in Class B that put it on pole, 0.2 of a second ahead of Kieran Kwambi. Down in Class C, Elna Cruiser was the lady to beat.
Second place on the grid though, you got to catch Carlos.
Well, 19 today, yeah, and second place in the grid. Did go very well, would have hoped for first, but yeah, gonna catch him in the race.
Okay, we've got tricky conditions here today, buddy. What's the plan of action?
Well, just to put my head down and go. I love the rain. As you saw at Kyalami, I did quite well. So yeah, it should be good.
As you can see, the conditions have not changed. And Graham, joining me in the commentary booth as usual, are they going to be able to catch Carlos Nobre?
Carlos has really put in a lot of time, Greg, and I don't think so. Not particularly, not this time. He's got such a good car at the moment.
On board with Eben Rothman going into turn number 2 now. He's sitting in 5th place. And you can see Chad Bartram already up there into 3rd. Oh, a little touch between Henning and Rothman as they come out of turn number 2 now. Heading down to the left-hander. Woohoo! Derek Minnie going up the inside. It looks like it's going to be action aplenty as per usual.
Yeah, it looks like Rothman's car broke there due to that touch. Yeah, there it is. On board with him as he slows down. And Rory Erland had to dive around the outside. Looks like he's lost a drive shaft. But back to the front, Greg. And Chad Bartram has gone from 6th to 3rd. He is really on a charge at the moment.
Now Dean Lester coming up the inside there as well. We're going a little bit further back, and this is the Class B's and C's. Kieran Kwambi looking back. This is the Giada IT car, and it is Henning and Bartram side by side into turn number 1. You can see Bartram means business today. Chaddy looks like he's on fire, looking for a way to try and maybe take a win here today.
Yeah, Chad's trying really hard. He wants to get after Carlos Nobre. He does not want to scrap in 3rd, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. He wants to get past Kieran and head off after Carlos Nobre. Here he goes, right in underneath Kieran Kwambi on the onboard camera. You can't even see the headlights there, Greg. He is right behind him.
Yeah, but you can see his eyeballs, Graham. Can believe it. Up
and
into the display corner. Can he get through? Yes, he does. Good driving there from Bartram. He goes up the inside of Kieran Kwambi. Kwambi gave him a little bit more room. And here comes Henning. 3 cars abreast as they're going to cross the line.
Henning is going to slingshot past both of them. Look at this. Here he comes. Gerard Henning goes up the inside. He goes from 4th to 2nd. Kieran on the outside. Chad's on the inside. Oh, a bang. There's the touch. Oh.
Oh man, he's not a happy camper. Oh, he's not a happy camper as he goes across the line and into the tyre wall there. I think there's a little bit of a touch there. And I think Chad might have not given him as much room as what he expected as they went into turn number 1. But Bartram got through and he's in 2nd. He's in 3rd place now, I beg your pardon. Henning's in 2nd, chasing down Carlos Nobre.
Yeah, Chad would have definitely damaged his car a little bit. If you have a look, see. Oh, and the brakes, the car is all over the show. Chad must have moved some of the alignment on the rear camber of that motor car of his, and he's going to battle from now onwards. So it might have hampered his race, that one particular do-or-die move, but he hasn't let up for 1 minute. But Greg Goshman is right there waiting to take a position.
He is indeed. The Golf 2s versus the Golf 1s here. That's what it's all about. This is a bit further back. This is the battle for Class C. And you can see that it's all about Mark Gregory and Elna Cruiser. Cruiser was on pole, and she's now battling with a man who was in 2nd place by only a couple of tenths of a second. They're having a great one as they cross the line and complete another lap.
Yeah, these two drivers are really at it. These cars are slightly slower than the B-class cars, but the action is plenty. On board with Carlos Nobre as he goes into the bottom, right at the bottom, they call it the flay. He's now going to head up the straightaway, runs it slightly wide. I think he's under pressure now. He's diving over to the right-hand side, I think, to block the road. Gerard Henning must be really close here, Greg.
What's he doing here? Changing the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he wants 94.7, not 5.
And have a look at that. Gerard is right behind him. Carlos is under huge pressure. He's going to have to go a little bit defensive. There it is. He blocks the road a little bit. Oh, runs it wide. Gerard throws it up the inside. He says, you make one mistake, I've got it, Chana. And he does it. Gerard Henning in the Robbie's Autosport car goes to the front for the first time in a long time that Carlos Nobre is riding in second place, Greg.
It's great to see that, and we see the Silver Dream Racer now out in front, and he is putting on a big charge to get away. They come up on the right-hand side there. I think that might possibly be one of the City Golfs. In fact, it's Ian Prinsloo who's on the right-hand side having some problems there, and now they're in amongst the back markers. These are some of the C-Class cars. Oh, Henning's run wide. Henning runs wide, makes a mistake in Flay corner, and you don't do that with Carlos Nobre so close.
Yeah, Carlos was putting a whole bunch of pressure on Gerard. He must have just had a look in the mirror quickly, and when he opens his eye again, he missed a brake marker. But Peter Thompson under pressure here from Dean Lester and Rory Erland. There's a battle all the way through this field. Nowhere are you safe of your position.
Yeah,
Carlos Nobre coming up behind Gregory and Elna Cruiser. These guys are racing for that position. He's going to get really involved in this scrap.
Fortunately moving out the way there. I think they've seen the blue flags waving. Mark Gregory giving him a little bit of room. Coming out of turn number 4 now. They head down towards Flay, and you can see that Henning hasn't given up. He tucks in behind. He's going to try and get a slingshot and maybe use Mark Gregory's car to a little bit of an advantage as they go down the back straightaway now towards Flay corner. This is Carlos Nobre. That's Elna Cruiser moving out the way, and Mark Gregory in the yellow car as the Silver Dream Race of Henning comes around the outside.
Yes, this is a battle for first and second, but in both classes. How's about these guys going at it?
Lovely stuff. That's what we like to see as they come across the line. Oh, problems here. Flat tire for number 91. Oh, what a pity there. That is Shane Kroon. And that looks like that might be the end of the day's racing for him for heat number 1. But we are going to a lap and a half to go. That is the gap between first and second place. Unfortunately, where has Henning gone? Henning has disappeared. Problems with the gearbox, and he's out of it. Bartram's up to second.
Bartram has taken second, but there is a dice between Greg Goshman and Derek Minnie. They are riding all over the show, as you could see a little bit earlier, right off the road. But Chad Bartram now also getting involved in the scrap between Elna Cruiser and Mark Gregory. Chad goes up the inside of Elna, runs her slightly wide. Hopefully it won't compromise her drive to the left-hander, because I'm sure that is going to annoy her terribly if Mark Gregory on the last lap takes a slingshot and goes by.
He looks for a way up the inside. Is he going to be able to make it stick? No, he's not. Round the outside, Cruiser hangs on. Here comes Bartram. That's first place man going through the bottom of our screen. This is second place Bartram. Look in the background. Here comes the 2 Golf 2s, and they're going to get involved with this Class C lead battle too.
Yeah.
Minnie and Gossman up the inside. Cruiser and Gregory around the outside. Awesome stuff.
Elna Cruiser forced wide. Mark Gregory slingshots up the inside. Is he going to do it from the last lap? He does.
Indeed. Can you believe that? Gregory takes Cruiser, being forced wide there by Greg Gossman and Derek Minnie. Nobre took the win ahead of Bartram and Gossman. We move on to classes A and P now, and this is where the real stuff has been happening all year. It's been really close. Jason Finney has taken pole position by 0.1 of a second over Wayne Masters. Baldy Mikey's an improvement in third, and down in Class P, it's all about Jake Jacobs.
Jason, after a magnificent outing at Zuidkops, I mean, you can't get closer than that between you and Ray. You've now gone ahead and got right to the front end of the field and looking to dominate for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, we're really happy. The Gallardo Golf is really flying at the moment. We did a bit of work after Zuidkops because we realized that Raymond was still a big problem even after we put in a 2-litre. He's still going to be a big problem. But yeah, no, the Gallardo Golf's flying this morning.
Tricky conditions here today.
Yes, it is. Although myself and my teammates seem to like the rain, so. But I'm not still sure. I'm still not sure whether I want it to rain. This track's very unpredictable, very unpredictable, very bumpy, so it'll make it extremely difficult.
They don't call it the motocross track for nothing as they head down towards turn number 1. It's Jason Finney who gets a great drive off the line. Ray Wolford with a better start, and he's tucked in behind Wayne Masters in the Jonas Way car. Look at Voldy Monkeys. Where did you go, Bob?
Voldy is the big loser out of that start. He either didn't hook second gear, rode off the road. Oh, talk about off the road. Gavin Ross flings it straight at the bush. He's gone so wide there, it's going to take him about half a day to get back. But on board with Voldy Monkeys, after that pathetic start, he's got a terrible lot of work to do.
Yeah, as they go down the back straight away now in towards Flay, it's going to be a hard laugh there for Voldy Monkeys. Class P has got underway too, and it's a battle between Yannick van Rooyen and Jake Jacobs up the front end. Look at how tight it is. We've got Clayton LaRue, and we're on board with the quarter pounder, Derek Smallberger.
Yeah, Derek is going to show us what's going on out in front, but Jake Jacobs under pressure there from Yannick van Rooyen, who goes up the inside down into Flay. He goes up, he makes it work. Ryan is going to try and slingshot around the outside and run with him up the straight. But did Yanni get it right? Yes, he did. But look at this racing right throughout the back, to the back of the field. There's racing all over. And we go back to the front, Greg.
Amazing stuff at the front here. Can you handle this? The two black Golfs are giving it absolutely everything, and they've got Voldy Mikey starting to make his way back through the field. We're on board with him yet again as they go into the right-hander. They're chasing down Van Vletter here. Henry's got a huge amount of pressure from the Albatross Motors car, but up front, it's Jason Finney and Wayne Masters who are battling for the lead, with Ray Wilford tucked in just behind them, waiting for a mistake.
Jason Finney doing a great job of holding back Wayne Masters. Ray Wilford is starting to fall back a little bit. Come on, Ray. One decent outbraking maneuver and you're back there. And I'm sure that's what he's thinking. That's what he's trying. He's heading up into the fastest part of this racetrack. Turn one. A light touch of the brake. The car's on the move. Look at Jason Finney's car in front there. Well on the walk. Wayne Masters has a look up the inside. He doesn't get it right this time. Jason is making that Golf 1 as wide as a Golf 4 quite comfortably.
Yeah, no problem there. You can see how hard he's having to work to keep Masters at bay as they head down towards the right-hander that takes them onto the back straight away. Oh, look at that. Van Vletter's been demoted one. Here we go, back on board with the quarter-pounder. He's coming up on the inside. Looks like there's been some changes up front here. We've got Martin LaRue's car there. That's Clayton on board, and he's having a fourth as we see Thole throwing it away slightly
Ryan
into turn
throws
2.
it away into a big slide. He does it again. Come on, Rhino. There we go. Dust anywhere on the track, off the track. These guys just have a go all the time.
It doesn't want to turn left. It doesn't want to turn left, Graham. What's wrong with the car?
Yeah, pull the handbrake up. Whatever it takes, just get it around. But back to the leaders. As Ray Wilford has a look up the inside of Wayne Masters. Can he make this one stick? He touches Wayne. Yes, he's made it stick, but Wayne's gone to the bush. The marshals scatter. And, oh, jeez, Wayne must be furious in that car.
Not a happy camper there. It was a slight touch. I don't think it was too intentional from Ray, but it was enough to put Wayne Masters' car into that little slide, and you just saw absolute chaos. Here we go on board. This is on board with Wayne Masters, looking at Jason Finney's car. He's in the right hand. Oh, and there it goes. Goodbye, Wayne Masters, into the tyre wall.
Yeah, Jason Finney probably just thought, sheesh, how's that? But having a look at the battle between Class P, between Jannie van Rooyen and Jake Jacob. Jakes is going tighter than Jannie. He closes right up behind him. He tries to take a slingshot at the left-hander. Jannie van Rooyen succumbing to the pressure all the way. Jakes is driving that car so hard it's becoming a three-wheeler occasionally.
I think Jannie van Rooyen's going to have to watch out, because the racecraft of Jake Jacobs is possibly what's going to assist him in getting back into the front end as we go back on board with Derek Smallberger. Down the back straight away, he's in 4th place. Behind him it's Thole after that big mistake, and they're in amongst, I think that's the Class A car there, I'm sure. Yes, indeed, that's Itzhak Cronje, and he's a little bit off the pace at the moment as the rest of the field of Class P goes streaming through.
But have a look at this battle. The Class P raging right down to Wouter Roos, Barry Groenewald and Nico Schmidt right down throughout the field. Right to 6th position, but on board, not on board, but Voldy Mikey throws it away, going into turn 2.
Not quite sure what happened there.
Voldy is having a nightmare race here.
Yeah, he made a big mistake there in turn 2, and unfortunately Voldy Mikey's has now dropped way back again. So he just managed to get up there. Here we go, on board with him at the moment. Watch the replay. He just loses control. Just came off the power. It's a front-wheel drive. You've got to keep the power on in a right-hander, surely.
Yeah, well, Voldy just came off the power. He's trying to slow it down, and unfortunately, the car was still on the move while he tried to slow it down. As he took his foot off the brake, it just snapped into an oversteer, and off he went. But this is a battle for the lower positions in Class P. Let's go back to the front runners here.
Can you believe who's up into 3rd place? That's Jonathan Visser. Jonathan Visser up into 3rd place. Oh, looks like Wilford's got problems. Wolford has got a major problem here. Can you believe it? He's pulling to the side. The Fuchs Titan car is out of this first heat.
That has promoted Jonathan Visser up to 2nd place. He must be sitting there going, geez, how's my luck? These lucks are just falling out all over the show. But he hasn't let up for 1 minute. He's driving really well to be where he is. Jason Finney's probably the biggest winner here. He's just going, all the pressure's going away right now.
The Black Beauty in 3rd place. There's Piloffer. Then we got Quinton Thompson and Gavin Ross battling hard. There's the Batmobile of Van Vletter. Itzhak Cronje getting in the way now of the Class A's as they start to stream through and lap him. And you can see the checkered flag comes out. It's Finney from Visser and Jürgen Piloffer up in a 3rd place. Great driving there from our Class A competitors. Down in Class P, it was Jannie van Rooyen who hung on to keep the Nathan's Motorsport car of Jake Jacobs in 2nd place and Clayton LaRue there in 3rd.
Tono, first time up on the podium, but it was a bit of a race of attrition, but I'm sure you're going to take it anyway. Very hard race. Unfortunately, the guys fell out, so it wasn't really a fair race, but unfortunately, just malfunctions, so I got to where I was. Very nice for the car finished. Would like to thank Wayne and Jürgen for their awesome help, and Gemini also for the support. Always good to see a new sponsor up on the podium as well. They must be very happy. You're looking forward to doing the same thing in the second heat?
We hope so. We're starting from 9th. It's going to be a bit of a ding-dong, but we'll get there. We'll try.
The last 2 rounds, you've been pushing really hard to get this victory in, and eventually you've beaten Wim Jakes and taken a victory away from him.
Oh, no, that was a good race. We worked hard. The car is well prepared by my uncle, and yes, and we gave him a run for his money.
Certainly did. Looking forward to doing the same in the second heat?
Well, I seriously hope so. It's all about the start. Big and start, because the guys are so bunched up and close together, you need to get a good start.
A good start is what is required here in Class B and C Race 2. Oh, Bartram with a little bit of a move off the line there. Could possibly be in a jump start, but great to see Henning back in the Silver Dream Machine, up in a second place, ahead of the Giada IT car there of Kieran Kwambi.
Gerard managed to get the clutch sorted out on his car, Greg, and he got a great start. He's gone from 3rd to 2nd, and he's going to put pressure on Carlos all the way. And as you can see, it hasn't let up. He thinks he's still in race 1. He is right behind Carlos Nobre.
Well, it was race 1 where all the action was. It's race 2 now, and here we go on board with Kieran Kwambi, looking back at Rothman and Bartram, giving each other welly as they come out of turn 4. Right on the back there, looks like one of the Golf 2s who ran wide, possibly Derek Minnie, and there is already chaos in race 2.
Now, do these guys not realize this is lap 1 out of 15? They got to make it to the finish, but they are going at it. On the road, off the road, next to each other, banging handlebars, doors, tires, wherever it takes. These guys want to get to the front. Carlos Nobre already going defensive. He knows he's going to have a huge amount of pressure from Gerard Henning here.
Henning's got that car sorted out, and looks like it's actually going better than it was in the first heat. He's pushing a little bit wide. They're going to cut the apex very late and then come across and see if we can get the drive down and get past Carlos Nobre. Behind them there, Goshman is sitting comfortably in 3rd place, but he's got a lot of pressure from 3 City Golfs. It's Kwambi, Rothman and Bartram, and then Minnie down in 8th.
On board with Kieran Kwambi as we watch Greg Goshman run slightly wide down the back straight. He's going to compromise his straight line speed a little bit, and the guys are going to be able to get that right up behind him. But as we have a look, Evan Rothman has a look up the inside of Kieran Kwambi. No, not this time. Kieran slams the door, steps on the throttle, and down the straightaway they go again. These guys haven't let up for 1 second.
Well, it certainly looks like Kwambi's got his race face on. Remember, he ended up in the tyres in the first heat. Can he be able to stick it on the black stuff all the way through this one? If Rothman's putting this amount of pressure on him, is this going to cost him something? Rothman up the inside. He looks for the way into turn 1. They are side by side. This is exactly what it was like in race number 1. And as you can see, you can get through there. You don't have to take out the man on the left-hand side, Chad Bartram.
Yeah, Chad's going to be under a bit of pressure from that one, but Kieran is now all over the back of Evan. He is probably fuming that he's lost that position. He wants to make amends for his first race. He wants to try and collect as many points. Rossman runs it slightly wide. Can he hold it on? No. It's Kieran that falls off the racetrack and compromises his drive.
Down in Class C, though, it's Elna Cruiser resuming her battle with Mark Gregory. These two have been at each other almost the entire season, and it looks as if that's resuming yet again. But Cruiser's got the advantage at the moment. Hopefully she's not going to get hindered by any Class B cars coming through a bit later on.
Yeah, she must have been spitting nails when she got forced wide by Derek Minnie. And have a look here, up the inside. Here goes Gerard Henning. He manages to make it work. Evan Rothman has a look up the inside. Chad Bartram gets it squarely. Derek Minnie throws it at the bush. All action all over the show.
And the double yellows go absolutely mental out there. You can see that these marshals at turn number 1 have had their work cut out for them. You can see even some of the other cars, Philip Cruz's car, being involved in that, having to take evasive action. But look at this. The battle is on here. And it's Nobre up the inside of Gerard Henning. They're side by side out of Flay Corner. Now they're going to keep it buried as they go across the main straightaway and across the start-finish line. Look at that. You cannot put a wheel between those two boys.
It's Mark 1 versus Mark 2 into the double, or the double right. There's going to be a double right. Together they go around the racetrack. These guys are going side by side, no touching, no banging, and they are going quick.
Ah, lovely stuff here from Gerard Henning, giving enough room to Carlos Nobre. Nobre doing the same thing. Rothman running a bit wide in the background there, but the battle is on for the top of the podium, and who is going to come out on top?
It's Gerard Henning. Gerard has done it. He's got past Carlos Nobre, and he's opened a bit of a gap. But here is the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, Evan Rothman tosses it away in turn 1. He donates 3rd position to Kieran Kwambi. Oh no, Evan, man.
What a pity there. Looks as if it might have cost him a bit of problems as well. He's stuck in the grass now, has to wait for the entire field to come through. That's not going to be good. You can see that Bartram has dropped way back, and he's actually behind Peter Thompson's battle. So problems there for Chad Bartram. He's down into 8th spot as the rest of the field comes streaming down the back straightaway. That is Kieran Kwambi. And I tell you something, Kwambi is on a charge. He's got the 3rd place. Hopefully he can hang on to it and keep Gossman and Lester at bay.
Yeah, he just wants to try and recover as many points as he can from the first race incident. As these guys go past, one of the C-Class cars is being lapped at the moment. That's Giles Derrick, and he's getting cleverly out of the way. He doesn't want to get involved in this scrap. These guys will ride him right off the road at the moment.
I know that feeling. You don't want to be involved in this action. You really don't. Unless your car is up to the pace of these boys, you don't want to be involved there. Rather just stay out the way and not cause any problems. Bartram getting it sideways. He's tucked in just behind 47 there. And Rory Eland is really working hard in that little City Golf of his. And can he keep that man at bay? It's going to be a tough battle between himself and Thompson. And they're just behind Dean Lester as we go back on board with Carlos Nobre looking at the leader in front of him.
Yeah, Carlos is trying to get up the inside of Gerard Henning, but Gerard's got a great line there. He goes in really deep, turns the car, squirts the power on, and look at the straightaway speed that he carries on the way out. That is the flag. That's a checkered flag. Gerard Henning has done it ahead of Carlos Nobre.
Third place is going to go to Kiram Kwambi. Another great drive from the Giada IT man, but absolutely amazing stuff as per usual between the Class B competitors. Henning in the Robbie's Auto car ahead of Nobre and Kwambi in third place. And down in Class C, it was Elna Cruz who hung on to first.
Oh, but you must have found some kind of special clutch to put in this car because it went like a rocket after you'd fixed it.
Gavin Ross was nice enough to have a clutch for us. So yes, we repaired it between the two heats, and yes, it worked awesome for me.
It was a bit of a tough one between yourself and Carlos, a bit of argy-bargy, eh?
Yeah, it was a bit of argy-bargy, but yeah, we kept it clean up to a certain extent, and it was very, very nice.
Up to a certain extent. I don't know how clean that was. It was great racing. That's what we love to see. Down towards turn one here. Here we go. A&P yet again. And Wayne Masters tucks in behind Jason Finney. And a much better start now from Voldy Mikey's. He's up in his third, forcing Ray Wolford wide.
He's put Ray Wolford out on the outside, but Ray's going to be on the other side. Gavin Ross throws it up the inside of Quinton Thompson. He's in behind Jürgen Pullofer, but Quinton has the left-hander. So let's see whether or not Quinton slams the door in front of Gavin, saying, not now, China, later. And now he's blocking it. He's getting in the way. Gavin's going, come on, let's get on with this.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. As they go down the back straight away now towards Flay Corner. It's Jason Finney. It's one car. You can't even see the other cars. That's how close they are. Behind him, it's Wayne Masters. Ray Wolford has moved up into third place. Voldy Mikey's into fourth. So he must have got him through the little complex section that takes them onto the back straight away. Now they head through Flay Corner and up towards the start-finish line as we go back to P.
Class B is out in front is Jake Jacobs. He's followed closely by Yanni van Rooyen, Ryan Thole, Clayton LaRue, Derek Smallberger. And I can keep going. These cars are right on each other. Clayton LaRue we're on board with, running slightly wide. He's putting a whole bunch of pressure on Ryan Thole. Will he be able to make Thole make a mistake? Ryan takes the line, the normal line, brakes nice and hard, turns it in, squeezes the power on. Derek Smallberger going, come on guys, make an error. I also want to get into this action. But Nico Schmidt and Barry Groenewald forcing Wouter Rus wide. Back to the front, Greg. You take it from here.
Amazing stuff. It's a freight train of Class A, and just behind them, it's the steam train of Class B. Unbelievable stuff as they come out of the right-hander now. We're back on board with Voldy Mikey's, the Albatross Motors car, behind the Fuchs Titan car of Ray Wolford. It looks like Wolford's got a slight advantage at the moment. He's got to try late braking to make up that little bit of ground between himself and Wolford, and he does just that. Going through Flay Corner now, it's 4 cars, and there's only 0.6 of a second between them.
Voldy getting great drive out of the bottom. Have a look at the drive he's got out of this. He slams it into the next gear, right in behind Ray Wolford. Can he make a move? Ray is blocking the road. He's riding in the middle of the road. He's making that polo as wide as he possibly can. And they go into turn one, 4 cars. These guys are covered by the proverbial blanket. Jason Finney blocks the line. Ray Wolford throws it off the road. Ray has to take evasive action. He gets it all sideways. He doesn't lose that many places, but Quinton Thompson putting pressure on him. But back to Class P. We've got Jake Jacobs out in front. We've got Yanni van Rooyen, Ryan Thole, Clayton LaRue, Derek Smallberger, Nico Schmidt, Barry Groenewald and Wouter Rus. That is how close it is, guys. On board now with Clayton LaRue as he's trying to get to grips with Ryan Thole. Ryan doing a great job. Look at the gap he opens. He must have got better drive out of the bottom corner. A slight touch. Ryan's car on the move. Yanni van Rooyen up ahead. He's got a problem. He throws it off the road. Turn one has been a bit of a nemesis. Ryan Thole gets it nice and wide. Jake Jacobs going, I'll have that breather, thank you very much.
Let's have a look at this in a replay as it comes through there. You can see he just gets it completely out of shape, comes off the power, trying to slow down, and unfortunately ends up in the tire wall, and Marshals dive for their lives for the 5th time today in Goldwagen Challenge.
Those Marshals are the bravest in the world, I'm telling you, Greg.
Great stuff from the Carl Army Marshals Association. Yeah, they come down towards the bottom and into Flay Corner. Wayne Masters looking for a way past Jason Finney. Hasn't found it all day. Can he do it now? He hasn't got enough drive. Ray Wolford has got a problem in the background there. He seems to be slowing as Valdi gives Wayne a little tap and says, hey, guess who's back?
Yeah, Valdi got a great drive out of that bottom corner. You go, boy. You make Wayne Masters work as hard as you can. And he goes up the inside of Wayne. He's going to make Wayne go around the outside. No, this time he's too far ahead. Let's see if he blocks the line. He doesn't lose it. Jason Finney touches the brake, sets it up perfectly. He's doing a great job out in front. He has absorbed the pressure all race long.
There's definitely a little bit of a problem there with Ray Wolford's car because Gavin Ross has got ahead of him. So Ray Wolford might have just missed a gear coming out of Flay corner. Back to Class P. Thole is on Jake Jacobs. It's Nathan's Motorsport 1 and 2 here. And up the inside goes Ryan Thole. What a drive there from the youngster. He goes up and they're side by side. And now they threw the left-hander. You can see that Jake's just used that racecraft. Kept that inside line, knowing it was a left-hander coming up, and said, Ryan, you're going to have to work harder than that, buddy.
Yeah, he's just going, this is another lesson for you, youngster. I'll show you the way around. But Ryan Thole hasn't let up for 1 minute, nor has Derek Smallberger. He also wants to the front. Back to Class A, Gavin Ross in 4th, Ray Wolford in 5th, Quinton Thompson 6th. But the gaggle right and the battle right throughout the field.
As per usual, it's the 3 black cars. They're basically glued together as we go back on board with the quarter pounder. Oh, he's got it out of shape. Derek Smallberger gets it out of shape now. So who else can make a mistake in that particular area of the course? Well, he's just going to cut across and say, well, that's a little bit of a shortcut, but I'm back in the same place I was.
Yeah, Derek Smallberger, it sounds like his car's a hell of a lot noisier than it was. I think he's broken the exhaust system in that off-road excursion. That shortcut's not going to have helped him anything. But there's dust. Oh, Ryan Thole. Ryan Thole falls off the road. Unfortunate for Ryan, right near the end of the race. Jake Jacob has breathed a sigh of relief. Clayton LaRue inherits 2nd place on the road. But the battle continues right throughout the field. Barry Groenewald, Wouter Roos, Nico Schmidt.
Just got a glimpse there of Ryan Thole just coming back on to cut in there, Graham. Thole got back onto the circuit, so hopefully he can circulate and try and pick up some valuable points. But back to the Class A battle right up front here, and it's the Albatross Motors car who's up in 2nd place, trying to catch this Giada IT car of Jason Finney.
Yeah, Valdi hasn't let up for 1 minute. He's going to put huge pressure. And Jason is just absorbing it. No problem. He's going, oh, well, come on. I've done this all day. I can do it for a little bit longer. Is that a little bit of moisture on the camera lens or on the windscreen? It is indeed. But I think this is the last lap, Greg. I think this is it. There's the flag. Jason Finney has done it. Double for the day. Great job.
Unbelievable stuff there. Giada IT takes 2 wins from 2 starts. And in 2nd place, it's Valdi Mikey's and Wayne Masters in the Class A's. But as they come across, those 3 black cars were glued together, as we mentioned earlier. It was Piloffer who managed to keep it ahead of the rest of them. Right now, it's waiting for Class P to come across the line, and Jacobs has taken it. So Jake Jacobs takes Class P in the Nathan's Motorsport car, ahead of Clayton LaRue and Derek Smallberger.
Perfect day for you, sir.
Yeah, I have to say, this is a result I've been looking forward to since I was spannering on Ray Wolford's cars. And, you know, to get 2 poles and 2 wins up against the likes of Ray Wolford, Wayne Masters, Valdi Monkeys, all these oaks. Yes, it's I'll take it as a feather in my cap.
Jackson, it was a bit of an up and down day for you today, buddy, but eventually ended up on top.
Correct, very much so. First heat, Yanni drove like a star. He caught me with my pants down. Then Graham said to me on the second one, "But head down and go," and that's what I did. Car started to lose power, but I just kept on the pressure. Then Yanni took himself out. Then Ryan was there to attack. I defended that a bit, and then he had a problem. So a bit luck on my side, but boy, was it a race of luck.
A great race that moves you up into 2nd place overall, Jakes. Carlos Nobre now leads by 1 point, and Jason Finney down in 3rd place. Once again, our overall sponsor is Goldwagen, and without them, we wouldn't have seen this great action. Catch up with us next week as we carry on with the Pro Tour coverage. It'll be Formula V's, and of course, then we move back to Lichtenburg for China Silver Cup and the SMD Group Super Saloons.